I'm about as real as they come.
All my beats tailored by Joe. House Digital.
Maserati, Rick in Detroit. Convertible bird in Miami. Graduated summa cum laude. Strip club made a tsunami. Carlton Hines with the ball game. Grateful Edmonds with the snowflakes. Craig Pettis in the M-Town. Sal Magluta with the boat game. Falcone with the cocaine. Like Freeway Ricky with the plug game. Like Monster Cody in South Central. Larry Davis from close range.
A local rapper linked to a violent gang in Jacksonville is in jail on 2 separate murder charges.
Hakeem Robinson was charged in connection with the 2019 murder of 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor Jr.
The biggest step of all, Big Ksoo. They say he posted big things.
Controversial rap album cover is making its way around social media. The cover shows pictures of men who have been murdered in Jacksonville. Local rapper Ksoo posted the picture to Instagram. It's since been taken down. News4Jax reporter Corley Peel spoke with one of the victims, Zion Brown's mother. He was shot and killed 2 years ago. Corley's joining us live tonight. Corley, how does Brown's mother feel about the album cover?
Brown's mother is outraged. She feels like the local rappers are glorifying these murders by putting the victims' faces on the album cover. It's unclear if the rappers are directly linked to these murders, but she says...
Fast forward a year to this past January, 23-year-old Charles McCormick is shot and killed in Arlington.
Developing now, a father and son have been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting at an Arlington shopping center. 21-year-old Hakeem Robinson and his father, 49-year-old Abdul Robinson, are both in the Duval County Jail. Hakeem Robinson is charged with second-degree murder, and Abdul is charged with accessory after the fact. Investigators believe the two are involved in the shooting death of a man at a shopping center on Merrill Road back in January. That led to a police chase and manhunt in a nearby neighborhood. News4Jax reporter Corley Peel is joining us live. Corley, what else do we know about this father and son?
Sources tell us that Hakeem Robinson is known as a local rapper named Ksoo. At this time, it's unclear what he and his father's roles were in that deadly shooting, but our News4Jax crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson says it's not unusual for fathers and sons to commit crimes together.
In January, surveillance video captured 2 men running through a backyard, jumping a fence during a police chase following a deadly shooting at a shopping center on Merrill Road. 8 months later, JSO announced 21-year-old Hakeem Robinson is charged with second-degree murder, and his father, 49-year-old Abdul Robinson, is charged with accessory after the fact in connection to that deadly shooting. News4Jax crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson says father and sons accused of committing crimes together isn't new.
It's an old adage that fathers are going to look out for their children, or for their sons in this case, no matter what.
Sources confirmed to News4Jax Hakeem Robinson is a local rapper named Ksoo. He became a part of a News4Jax story last year for his controversial album cover that featured photos of murder victims. A mother of one of the victims told us the photo of her son was in spite of his death and not a memorial. Jefferson says Robinson's music videos and lyrics could help show investigators what he's been up to.
It just increases investigators' curiosity as to, one, why he would continue to do this sort of thing, and two, what is there more that they don't know.
Sources tell News4Jax that some of the lyrics in Ksoo's music reference gangs and violence. At this time, police have not said if that deadly shooting was related to a gang. Reporting live from JSO, Corley Peel, Channel 4, the local station.
Corley, thanks. A third man, Dominique Barner, is also charged with second-degree murder in the January shooting on Merrill Road.
In the past 2 weeks, 6 people have been arrested linked to at least one of the killings. Hakeem Robinson is charged in the McCormick killing. Both men had social media accounts that police looked at in their investigation. On Robinson's Instagram, there was a story posted of a child singing a song entitled KSO Homicide by rapper Youngin Ace, a local rapper who has made headlines before. The video was posted after the murder of Charles McCormick. Also another story which depicted Hakeem Robinson at a nail salon receiving a pedicure with the caption, "Kill a N-word, then go get my toes done." News4Jack's crime and safety expert Ken Jefferson says social media accounts like these and rap videos are often monitored by investigators because they will give coded clues in feuds between gangs.
A lot of times the rap videos sends out a message, and you got to pay close attention to the lyrics of it. You know, sometimes they'll tell that someone has been murdered. They might even implicate a person.
There's been one other arrest this week that's made headlines. Elisa Tarver, a JSO employee arrested for alerting gang members of pending arrest warrants. It's not clear at this point if Tarver's arrest is linked to these specific cases. And I want to talk to you about one thing that happened here. Police were able to make their case against Robinson because of a confidential informant who went in and was able to record Barner, who admitted to and implicated in the McCormick murder Robinson's father, and Leroy Whitaker, who we still do not have a photo of. So just very complex set of situations. For now, we're live. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
And Scott, this isn't the first time Hakeem Robinson has been in the news.
No, it's not, Mary. We brought up a story involving him last year where there was an album released that by him, and the screen grab on the image of the album showed different homicide victims in the area. Back to you.
Yo, we back. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb, ties. We on our way to Florida with it. Jacksonville. Killerville. Niggas better be extra careful around here. Shit go off everywhere, look like. Now, the person that I'm gonna be covering today is somebody I could no longer avoid due to the outrageous number of requests I got going back for at least a year, probably longer. And the person I'm talking about is going to be a guy by the name of Hakeem Ksoo Robinson. Now, in my research of Ksoo, I've probably known about him for about a year and a half. I want to say maybe a little bit shorter, a little longer than that. And I want to say the first video I saw, I think it was like Ksoo bitch and been dead or some shit like that. And just off of those videos, I already knew what the situation was with this particular person. But it even got more sinister than I thought, and just the totality of the story is just outrageously crazy. If y'all hadn't seen it, do a little bit of research into Jacksonville rap beef. It seemed like it's going on everywhere. Chicago almost was like the groundbreaking place for it, where it started. I want to say like maybe like 15, 20 years ago, almost when Twitter was active, when we see like King Von going back and forth with KI and just the Chicago gangs kind of using that to intimidate other gangs. This is like that, but almost like a little on steroids to me, I guess, because it was so long ago. Just the impact, just how fast shit happened, just the brazenness of the people after the acts. Not only do they mention it in music videos, they tag it in the stories. They like, this war just has news for Jacks lit. Like the news company or what, like the media that cover the news, they lit on that shit. It's just like I can't even begin to tell you how many articles about them is on here. So just kind of covering it. I can't kind of cover him without covering the beef that's behind the shit that he's involved in. Now they're gonna say, and this is according to First Coast News, they say Jacksonville is in the midst of a deadly feud between rival gangs, and that's gonna be ATK and KTA. Y'all do some research on those, because it's vital that you kind of know about those two gangs and know about those two sides. A lot of the songs that people jam into, they really don't know the true essence or like what's really going on behind these songs. These like charting songs where they demoralizing people that are no longer here type shit. This shit is sinister. This shit just one of the wickedest acts I ever seen. So they really say it starts with the music beef, and they're gonna say Young and Ace, and they're gonna mention Fulio. For those of you guys that don't know them, which I think it's impossible because they all over the news back and forth. They are two of the top, if not the top, Jacksonville rappers. Ksoo is going to be alive with the Young and Ace side. This shit go way back. They're gonna say that it started at a Kodak Black concert in 2010, as far as the ATK-KTA beef. But just along the course of those lines, I seen where a kid got killed, and I'm talking about the 16-year-old, a younger kid. People's brothers. Have been numerous attempts made on each side's life. Where Young and Ace, the big kicker, or what really kind of set the shit off, was in March 2019, where gunmen opened fire on Young and Ace. Well, no. It started before that. I want to say a year before that, Young and Ace was shot in a car along with several of his close friends. One of them, and actually his brother. That was highly detailed. He was actually arrested after that shooting, which was totally wild. And he was the sole survivor of that shooting. And it would continue. Like I said, in March 2019, they would say that gunmen opened fire on Young and Ace, along with Hakeem Robinson, and other ATK members at a Brunswick, Georgia hotel. Now that situation was covered, but I didn't see where they said Ksoo was in attendance. But they're gonna say 7 months. Well, this shit got so many like layers to it. Now, one of the people that Ksoo is charged with killing is going to be a guy by the name of Charles McCormick. He also goes by the name of Little Buck. They're going to say that he mocked Ksoo's brother's death, Willie Addison, which happened after a performance that he had. He was in the car. He was in the car with his father after a performance, and gunmen allegedly rolled up to the side of the car. They had also 3 other family members in the car, opened fire on the car, killing his brother. And yeah, they're gonna say that Little Buck or Charles McCormick mocked this death in a song called Young Show Off. I listened to the song 5 times. I couldn't hear anything where he referenced him, so it must be something where layers to it. But Charles McCormick would end up being gunned down on January 25th, 2020 in the Arlington Shopping Center. And that just kind of set the way, because Ksoo would go on to the internet and put pictures up of Little Buck rapping. He would go onto the internet to say things like, smoke somebody, get your feet done. And they would begin kind of like, the Dirties would pretty much use all of this to kind of tie in the case. He actually made the news for a controversial CD cover that apparently he was going to use with the dead victims on it. So it's like, that shit just deep. It's just deep, almost to the point where so much shit happened along the course of this rivalry. It's like somebody kill your mom, you almost really don't care if you get caught. I think like when the rivalries hit this deep, and I kind of thought about this like with people like King Von and things like that. When you get to a point in life, I think when you have more people that are gone than are here, that you really feel like care for you, you really don't value, in a sense, like being alive. It can go either way for you, and I've been there. So it's just like I get the vibe from certain kind of people, and Ksoo just kind of was on that shit. His brother got killed. He was close with a lot of the people that was killed in that car with Young and Ace. So, and not to mention this shit go real deep. He bred into this shit. According to News for Jax, they gonna say that his father was the head of the shit. So this shit is just real deep. We gonna continue to cover this trial as it progresses. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter. Y'all hit the bell under this video so y'all know when this real Trill Spill shit is dropping. We gonna be back in your city very soon. Y'all make sure y'all get in the comment box below. Let me know where we need to go with gangsters we ain't tapping on. And y'all already know the situation. It's the mob ties.